Hey guys, Brutalio here. I have soloed all of the challenging encounters of Duskwood. Level 25, Season of Discovery. So I'm going to do a little bit of commentary over the footage and go over what problems I had, how I did each of these encounters. Yeah, let's dive into it. First up, we have the Legend of Stalvin. This is a level 32 non-elite mob, but it hits very hard and it's pretty difficult to try and solo here. So you can see it's doing a lot of damage to me. I've sped a lot of these up because they do take a lot of time. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to weaken it just enough. See, I nearly died a few times here. This is pretty sketchy. I'm trying to weaken it just enough so I can kite it to the guards and kind of have the guards finish it off for me. That was kind of my thinking here. I am kind of in a bit of panic mode here because I'm just near death constantly here. There's quite a few times where I'm really close to death. I start trying to kite it towards the guards now here, but he gets a bit low and then starts running away in fear. And then I just finish him off here in the corner. So that was my first one. Number 2, this one, Morledum. There's no quest that you can actually do for this at 25 because I tried to start up the quest chain for this. You need to loot that grave, and I think you need to be level 28 to actually loot that grave. So I was just killing this for the sake of it. So this one took a very long time. You can see like all of my spells resisting. I wasn't sure if I could actually kill this guy or not. Like, I was just taking him here to my little spot. This is my favorite little spot to take these. But yeah, every single spell is resisting, and I'm just thinking to myself, am I even going to be able to kill this guy? Like, this is going to take a very long time. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe I just bail and don't bother. But after, yeah, I'm sped this up. This took over 20 minutes of me doing this. Resist constantly. As I started to do a little bit of damage, I kind of was like, oh, we'll just stick it out. But yeah, it did take a long time of bouncing the mob back and forth. We had a big army of mobs chasing us here. So this guy was reasonably easy, just using this little spot here. You can see I've got a big army of monsters chasing after me, which is pretty funny. I'm relatively fine. Anytime I take a little bit of damage, I can just throw a heal up. And I can throw a Star Surge out as well to keep the mob engaged, so it doesn't reset. So Star Surge basically costs no mana. It's like 2 mana, so I'm going to throw that out anytime. I just hop out of cat, heal up, then go back into cat, and then just spam my Sunfires and jump over the fence on repeat. So you can see this took a long time. I did speed this up quite a bit. So we're getting halfway now. You can see I'm slowly chipping away at it here. And yeah, anytime I take a little bit of damage, I just hop out, throw a few heal over times up, and then go back into cat form. Getting a bit lower now. We start getting a little bit of a... We get a few people towards the end, like watching, trying to join in, which it doesn't really matter. I've pretty much killed it at this point, so if somebody wants to... Yeah, here we go. This is the last bit here. He seemed to slow down when he got lower health, so he's kind of walking really slow when he's low health. So you got a few people here like watching, like, what's going on? trying to join in, yeah. He didn't drop anything. Got like 60 copper, but we killed this guy. This one wasn't too difficult, just pretty time consuming. Well, we got a little bit low there. Yep, 60 copper, cool. Next one. Okay, so this one is Morbent Fell. This one's a pretty tough one. I didn't find it that bad. I was clearing all the mobs out and they just kept respawning rather quickly, so I was clearing the mobs and then trying to get the boss by himself, but yeah, the mobs kept respawning, so I decided I would just try and pull the boss and then have all the mobs hopefully reset. So I'm just kiting Morbent Fell pretty far away, trying to outrange his cast, and I'm trying to keep him engaged and then reset all the mobs. So I've kind of found this nice open area here. I was going to originally line of sight inside that room around that wall and just use that wall to line of sight his cast, but there was too many mob respawns in there, so I wanted to take him out here in the open where there's no mobs. If I had any trouble, I would just take him to that same spot I took the last guy and then just jump over that fence. So I've got a warrior in my party here, and he's just kind of sitting watching, just because he also is on the quest. So you can see I'm just kind of looping back and forth here. So I'd run up this way, dot him up, and then run back and rinse and repeat. You get to about here and then a random hunter started joining in. I pretty much had already soloed it at this point, so we decided to just invite the other people that were hanging around just so that they can get their quest complete as well. But I obviously was fine. I would have just done the exact same thing and just kept bouncing back and forth. That was Morbent Fell. This one is Stitches. This one is another one that took quite a while. This took over 20 minutes. So we kited him from his spawn, basically all the way to town. So with this one, the NPCs in town will yell out an emote, and that's typically what'll like set this guy off, and then he'll spawn. And then they'll send off like a little hit squad to chase this guy down. So I started off pulling him to this fence here. I'm using the NPC here to try and weaken him and do a little bit of damage. I'm obviously not doing a lot of damage because this guy's like level 37 elite or something. So I'm hitting for 1. This fence, I tried this one for quite a bit, and it was a little bit finicky. It was kind of back and forth. He nearly hit me a few times, so it was a bit scary, this fence. I ended up moving him to another fence nearby, and it was a lot better. So we're doing this for a long time. Chipping away, chipping away. It's just bouncing him back and forth between the fence. This is the position I ended up getting to. This was a really good spot here because I can just walk over the fence. I don't even need to jump. So I can just walk back and forth like that. This was a really, really good spot. Again, because it's so high level, I'm not really hitting very often with my spells, and they're not really doing a lot of damage. So it does take a long time to get any like damage going on this guy. Yeah, we're just bouncing him back and forth. We do get another little guard come in and help do a little bit of damage. So we got another NPC, I think, hitting him now. Yeah. We're about half HP now. Just rinse and repeat here, bouncing him back and forth. So I'm trying to get I'm trying to use my combo points to put my bleed up on him as well, which is a bit of a risk because I'm going to take a melee hit every time I do that. So you'll see me go into melee just to try and use my combo points to put a bleed up. So here we got a couple other people who wanted to join in, or they were like curious what was happening. So they're kind of standing around watching. I got a little bit impatient towards the end here and decided to just kite it into the town and have the guards finish it off. I kind of figured I might have done enough damage to get credit for like the kill to get loot, but I don't think I ended up doing enough damage to get the loot. I got the loot earlier, like I have killed him before, but it doesn't really drop anything anyway, so it's more of just like a glory thing. I just wanted to kill it for the sake of killing it. So yeah, we get it quite low. We just run it through the town and have all the guards finish it off, basically. We're just kiting it around. All the guards like dazing it and everything. It's very nice. I've got a 30% passive movement speed, so I can just run around at 30% movement speed, spamming Sunfire and everything. So this guy was reasonably easy as well. It was just very time consuming. And we get him down here in the middle of the town. Boom, there it is. So this was the ogre cave. I didn't manage to record I didn't manage to record going into the cave, just outside. And this is basically what I did. I just kited the ogres up to this part and just kind of ran around in circles. So you can see basically what I did for this ogre part is I'd pull an ogre, and we just kite with our Sunfire and keep running. So pretty easy, this one. There's so much open space I can run around and kite them. Like, yeah, very easy, that one. Now this was the hardest one out of all of them. Eliza. This was my first attempt. I jumped up onto this thing here and I figured I can just kind of cast spells and nuke it down, right? Like I can just do Star Surge that costs next to basically no mana. It's like 2 mana, so it costs nothing. And I've got the Wrath rune, so my Wraths cost nothing. So I can just sit there DPSing it and healing myself, and I figured no problem at all. I'll just kill it, right? The problem I had, however, was it does quite a lot of damage. So I'm having to heal quite a lot. So I'm using quite a bit of mana just healing myself. And the biggest problem is when the NPC runs out of mana, it will then try to melee me, which will then evade and reset and full heal. So I'll skip ahead a little bit. So this is what I was talking about here. The NPC has ran out of mana, it's trying to cast, and now it's evaded, and it's got full health and all of its mana back. So I've kind of went, oh crap, and I try to run away, and yeah, I get owned. So this guy was particularly difficult for me because a lot of the other ones I can just use my very fast movement speed and my Sunfire spamming, and I can kite very, very well. So I find I can solo most things really, really well with that Sunfire kiting. But this one here, it spawns a bunch of ads that chase after you, and it also spam casts frostbolts that hit quite hard. So it's very difficult, this one. This was by far the hardest one I found to solo. I was thinking to myself, like, I was trying for quite a while, and I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to be able to kill this thing. So I'm trying a few different strategies here with this one. So I'm trying to Sunfire and range it, which is not working very well here. It does seem to have not that much health, so I kind of need to be able to try and burst it down if I can, but I was definitely having a very rough time with this. So this was a little bit better. We outranged the cast. We need to try and outrange the Frostbolt. So we need to try and throw a Sunfire and then run and outrange the cast so it doesn't get the cast off. And then run back in and Sunfire and then run back out. So I'm trying to take him to my little spot that I enjoy here. And then all what I can do is just jump back and forth and bounce all the NPCs, all the melee NPCs. So that's kind of my idea here, was I can kite it, kite it, so it's reset here, unfortunately. But this was my little strategy I came up with. I figured if I can't use that that house to stand on, I can maybe kite the mob to that spot and then just jump over the fence to kite the melee DPS. But I'm still taking a lot of damage from the Frostbolt spamming as well. So it's rough. So this is another attempt I had. What I was thinking here was I would just DPS on top of this spot until the boss had no mana left, and then when it had no mana left, I then try to kite it to the spot and then juggle it over that fence with all the other mobs. That was my thinking there. I was finding it very difficult because I'm kind of using all my mana just getting to that point. This was kind of funny. We got a random priest trying to heal me and help me, and then all of the mobs start chasing him. You can see him running off in the distance, getting chased by all the mobs. 20. 30, what a big crit. Resist. Oh, the hunter's trying to help me. So I'm just telling him that I'm trying to solo, so hopefully he stops. So the hunter's having the same problem. All the guards are attacking him now. Those guards hit really hard as well. Like so he's getting low health. I'm probably going to reset now. Yep. So I'm jumping off, and now I'm trying to run to the spot. And the constant Frostbolt spamming, and then all these guards coming out of nowhere because they were chasing other people. Like, it just turned into a giant mess, and I end up, so all the guards and everything are just killing everybody else, and then I'm probably going to die here. I think it might reset. No? Okay, I just die. I take a big Frostbolt, So I struggled quite a bit with this guy. So we're trying to get a Sunfire off, and then we're trying to run away before he gets a Frostbolt cast. So as soon as he gets that one Frostbolt cast, that kind of screws me a bit. We get another Sunfire, we run out of range. We also got to try and avoid those guards as well while doing this. So I'm trying to run big circles. Oh, got another Frostbolt off. That's really bad. I'm already like dead before I can even get to the spot here. Yeah, this is this is going really badly. I'm dead for sure. Yeah, so I had a lot of bad attempts like that. It was Sunfire, trying to outrange the Frostbolt. Run in Sunfire, trying to outrange the Frostbolt. Got it. We run in Sunfire. That's the idea that I was trying to go for there. Just trying to outrange that Frostbolt. And then we get to the fence here, and then we're kind of like safe. This was kind of my best chance, I think, at killing it, is doing this. Getting to this kind of position here. And I just try and juggle the army of mobs that are chasing me, while also dealing with this caster. And then also trying to heal myself from all the damage I'm taking from these Frostbolts. Yeah, a lot of things going on here. Half HP, we're getting there. I think I just kind of run out of mana in this one, because I'm just taking so much damage, and I'm trying to not die while juggling these mobs. Yeah, it's a struggle. There's my last bit of mana gone. I'm just gonna die here. Just trying to banish for like a couple ticks. Desperate. Yep, dead. That was probably my best attempt. Is half HP. Yeah. So at this point, I'm just thinking to myself, I don't think I can kill this. Like I legitimately think that I'm not going to be able to do it, because that was my best attempt. Is getting half HP. So I was, yeah. It just phased out or something here, which was really weird. I don't know what exactly happened here, but. Yeah, I'm struggling so hard here. There's my last bit of mana on a heal. Now I'm pretty much screwed. I got no mana left. No health, no mana. I'm just gonna die here. Potions on cooldown. I'm trying to bandage for like 2 ticks. Yeah, I'm dead. That's Frostbolt. Boom, dead. Yep. Oh boy. So this time I came back after I went to the. I had a sleep, I came back, and I was trying to come up with a big game plan and everything, like, oh, I might change my talents up, this and that, but I was like, oh, I need the movement speed, I can't change my talents. And then I ended up like buying all these cheap, crappy consumables, like scroll of like armor and like these little resistance potions and stuff. All this like cheap, nasty stuff on the auction house just to try and help with the fight just a little bit. I felt like if I can get just a little bit of help, it would I might be able to do it. So we kind of went with the same strategy where we're trying to kite him back to the spot. We've got full combo points here, so we get a nice big rip, which is really, really big. Like that dot damage is gonna like chip away at the boss quite a bit. So that big rip was really, really huge. If I can top myself up, and so we got a nice proc there too, so we were able to top ourselves up and hopefully go cat here again. Yeah, so I was able to top myself up, get hots up, and then go cat form again, so I can hopefully push a little bit more damage. And if I can get like another rip onto the boss, we've actually got so much damage pushed into it so early. Like this was definitely the way to do it, is getting that extra damage from cat with those rips. So we've definitely got it this time. Oh, yeah, this was the way to do it. Got stuck a little bit there. We can go cat form again, maybe. Regrowth into cat form. So this druid nearby, I think, had the quest. So he kind of wanted an invite. I pretty much had him killed at this point, so I was like, I don't mind inviting them to the group. If they've got the quest, then it helps them complete their quest. So I invited this guy just before it died. So this guy got credit for it too. Yep, that was all of the difficult encounters in Duskwood, and that was probably the hardest one right there. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.